Everyone, this is Xade, and we are back in our single-player vanilla survival world down here in the cave. And something happened recently. We passed 1,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone who has subscribed to the channel and has been watching the videos, especially those of you that have been around for a very long time. That's an awesome milestone. And I really appreciate the support. Let's see, not doing anything special for it right now, but I've considered maybe doing something for it in the near future, but I'm still trying to decide what to do there. Today, we're just going to kind of do a couple little things. I just want to show something in there. We're going to build a little quick something, and then I'll show something over at the soon-to-be Guardian farm. So let's just jump right into it. As you can see, this was not here last time. In the entrance to our nitwit villager, I have added this little fence. I might make something fancier at some point, or I might just leave it like this. This is just to keep the villagers in there. I have decided, for right now, as you can see, there's who's this, Jason running around. I let out the villagers, opened up the doorways so we can come in and out. And it looks like David's just chilling in here still. I don't know where Handy went. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Who knows? Oh, he's way over there checking out the waiting room. But what I'm going to do for now, we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to see how it goes. And I may potentially move that gate to right here and on the other side there, so that the villagers don't go out there if maybe they're going out there a little too much. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then we'll kind of have this area built up at some point, forming a roam around here. And we will kind of extend around the edge for some apartments. And then the idea for now, and if they wander around too much, or we're not finding them often enough, or they get to be a hassle moving around in front of us or whatever, then we will simply cart them all back into their houses, and we'll decide how we want to board them up. But for now, we'll build each villager their own house, and I'm just going to mark it. And I couldn't believe this actually let me name an anvil that long, or an item that long in an anvil. I thought the anvils had some kind of letter cap on them, but if they do, it's pretty long. But I'm just going to name an emerald block, put it in an item frame, stick it above the door. May move this to the side or something at some point in time, but right now this is their house. Here it is. Maybe they have visitors, maybe they don't, and we'll go with that, and we'll just see how it goes. We'll see how we like it, and then that way we can actually, the villagers can come over here and they can check out this little like entry garden area if they want like just a little serenity in the grass or whatever. And then we'll build a little something over here, maybe like another little park or something. I'm not really sure just yet. And then we'll have the apartments around the side, and we'll just keep playing it by ear. And maybe they move around. Maybe we stick them back in their house. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I also forgot to mention, if I do decide to name you in one of our villages in an episode, and maybe I did say this last time, but if you don't like what you're named, you want it switched a little bit, just let me know. Easy as pie. So today, we're going to build something, okay? And it's pretty simple something, but it's something that we may want. It involves a glitch. Maybe you see it in the video title, because I'm sure I'm going to put it there. But we're going to build a rail duplicator. And I don't know, I haven't tested it in the newer snapshots. They're getting more stable. I may update the world at some point in the near future, but there's still a few things we haven't done. And so we want to wait and make sure it's not going to break everything when we update. But that is something I'm looking forward to. But I don't know if the rail glitch will get fixed in it. I haven't tested it yet. And there's also some farms we may want some rail for, and just some general rail and to get around. So I dug out this little room here. Yeah, I thought ahead. Very nice. I usually don't do that. Look at me go. This one is very simple, and I'm not actually sure who to give credit to the original base design. I saw the video I particularly watched was on OMG Chad's channel, but the way he talked about it, I don't think he's the one who actually created it. But yeah, I think that there is a few different people who should be getting credit, so I'll just mention his name. This is all it takes, and it's actually 2 hoppers, and we'll just go ahead, we'll build this. Let's see, if I want to do that, I've got a picture open, so I make sure I build this at the right height. If I want that in the floor, that's going to be just one up on the floor. I think that's just going to go right here. If I did this right, so all we need is 2 hoppers that face into each other, like that. And then coming out of this hopper, I guess you could technically do it in either hopper, but for spacing we want it right here. We have just this comparator sticking out. And then to be able to turn this on and off, we just have to power the block that this is in. So as we dig down, we're going to put a lever either on the side here or here. I may even be able to stick it on the floor right here, but we'll get to that in a second. I built it out in the air originally, so then you just stick a sticky piston on there, and what'll happen is we just take any old block, any old item, put it in the hoppers. As it bounces back and forth, this piston is just going to do that, right? Let's see where I can stick this to shut it up. Probably right there, right? Yeah. And, you know, okay, so that's going to actually make that keep going. We'll probably want to lock the hopper, that's why, just so we don't have this redstone update. So if we'll put on and off switch here, we'll mess with that later so we can get it in a nicer spot. We'll decorate the floor a little bit and stuff too. But then all we have to do is clear out. So these blocks right here, we're going to put 3 slime blocks down and a slime block on top of it. But then of course, as we know from our sugarcane farm recently, if you know anything about Minecraft, we don't want it grabbing any of these other blocks, and of course it's going to retract. So we need that gone, we need that gone, let's see, we need that gone, and then we need underneath gone. So let's just dig this little hole out. And then of course it's going to snag that block, so we need something right there that's not going to be able to be pulled, and right there we need something that's not going to be able to be pulled. I think that's it, right? Yeah. But for the moment, that's it complete right there. The way this rule duplicator works, and the only time it won't work is if both rails are regular rails. If you put 2 regular rails, as it moves, it just won't do anything, right? And I think I can demonstrate this probably just the one. If that's on there, and we flip it on, nothing's really happening, right? Okay. But if we add another type of rail, any other type of rail, see how that powered rail is now duplicating this front rail, and it's just launching everywhere. And it seems to be, from my experiments, the data I found, I didn't look way into it. The video that I watched from OMG Chad he seemed to be guessing too, but as near as I can tell, any rail that is not a regular rail will duplicate the rail next to it. So you could actually stick on like a detector rail and a powered rail, and if we turn it on now, you can see it's actually duplicating both. The detector rail is duplicating the powered rail, and the powered rail is duplicating the detector rail. And so we're getting a whole bunch of both. Just in the time it took to say that, we got, 15 of each just from that, right? And now, if we really just want a bunch of powered rail, for example, we just stick a second powered rail on, and now they'll duplicate each other, and we're just going to double up on all this powered rail here, which I can just kind of stand right here and get a lot of it, but you see that? Just in this amount of time, we've almost got a full stack. And it's just going to keep counting, and we can just keep picking that up, no issues. Sorry, that's probably kind of loud with the piston. Hopefully it's not too loud. But you can see we've already got over a stack of power rail. So we can run this little thing, and you could potentially extend this slime longer if you wanted it to go faster, but I don't use that much rail. This is just going to be for little bits and pieces here and there. So the other thing is, let's see, let me actually just experiment one way. What happens if I flip that? That'll just duplicate the regular rail still, right? Yeah. So if you wanted regular rail faster than this, you would just have to build a longer line, and of course it would pop out even quicker than it does, but that's fine. We can just AFK and be picking that up because that's what I've got designed here. I came up with just a simple idea. Let's shove some of this in there. We're going to take hoppers, alright, and I found if I stick hoppers around, where do we want them to come down? Let's see, let's do it in the corner, sure. If we surround this with hoppers, right here, 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 like so. I guess I need a way out for now. Is there anything right there? No. If we surround it with hoppers, as it runs, it will grab most of the rail, except the few that land right here on the very, very top. So I can actually AFK, just make sure my bags aren't too full, just kind of right here, and most of this is getting picked up, and it'll end up in there, and the little bit that doesn't is here. This of course looks slower because we're using a regular rail, but we can stick on, let's get some more detector rails. We won't even have to use redstone to power stuff anymore because we'll just do this combo on our rail lines. We just turn that baby on, just AFK, just somewhere that you're technically in range of these 2 blocks, and everything else is going to end up in a hopper. And we'll just attach this to a chest, and then you can just sit here and AFK with whatever type of rail. You know, go grab a snack from the kitchen, you come back and you're good to go, unless you need like a mass scale whatever, and then you can do something else for 20-30 minutes or whatever. Potentially you could just walk away and let this go. You can see it's actually catching most of the rail, but every now and then, there it goes, there's a couple that are going to get snagged. You'd still be able to totally AFK this and just let those drops die. I mean, we're still filling this up just fine, it's not an issue. And it's just if you want to get the full potential, just hang out right there and grab the rest of it. And, oh, I actually did in my test, I put one more hopper right there. That's right, I forgot about that. I did forget about that. Every now and then I did find that some of them are falling through that hole as it's open. And so I did forget, we need a couple more hoppers. The way I set it up in my test world, good thing we watched that, is actually that there was, right there, we have another hopper here. And so we would just basically, let's see, I need a block. That's what I need, is a block. Put a hopper there, hopper going into that hopper, need another hopper. Let me grab some iron. I've got plenty lying around. Let's see. Let's grab a couple just in case. Couple chests, I have wood. 1, 2 chests. Okay. Okay, 2 hoppers. Boom. Okay. So then connect that, and then you can just, let's see, how can I angle this? We can just move our chest, double chest or whatever, and we'll just stick it down here. We'll clear it out. We'll have to make a space, but you can stick that there, and then even the occasional one that falls, it was falling through this little hole. I'll have to fill this spot back in, but they hit that hopper right there. Everything else is going to end up in this chest, and we can just AFK with a little bit of bag space, and we'll have all the rail we ever need, right? Very cool. I know not everybody's into these types of glitches. There used to be, for example, a long time ago, we had our sand generators, But me, I love these things. I think they're really cool. They're kind of just a fun creation idea, and in a sandbox game, they don't necessarily bother me. So the goal here is to I'll just expand this, and I'll do it off camera. You don't want to see me just sit here picking up rail for hours and hours. That'd be pretty boring. But I'll kind of just stick a couple chests in here, and I just kind of want to stockpile some various rail just so we have it for future projects, and then we never have to worry about it. It's not like it's really an issue to get this stuff. You know, I've got the iron farm, so I can already produce it. I could build a gold farm if I really needed the extra powered rail, and then farm all the redstone and all this. But I am a really busy guy, and being able to just click a button and or flip a switch, I should say, that's really great. That's really great. So let's see, and I built this room 2.5 blocks tall. Let's see. I need access to this though. I think maybe you know what? I'll mess with the floor later. I was gonna just fill it in, but that's not gonna work with a couple things. I was gonna do it 2.5 blocks tall so I could AFK and not worry about Enderman, but I may just have to adjust that. Take this out. I need to get to the lever. Whatever. That's enough for now. Let's go take a peek at something. This thing's so big and annoying. Let's go take a peek. Let's take a peek at what we're going to be working on in the near future just over here. And while we run over there, I will just mention, as I said, I am a really busy guy. You may have noticed it was a few days longer. Shush. A few days longer between this video and the last video. That's because of work. I work in pizza. For those of you who don't know, I work at a pizza place. I'm the general manager of a pizza place. Domino's Pizza. It's the best. Go order some. What was that? I don't even know. Anyway, our store has been significantly busy lately. We've been setting record sales weeks, and it snowed a couple weeks ago, more than once. And for those of you who don't know, I think that's a lot louder in my headphones than it is on YouTube, but yeah, that's loud every time. Anyway, when it snows outside, people don't want to leave their house. This may be news to some of you. I know it's whoa, mind blown. But in pizza, that means we get a heavy amount of deliveries. So a couple weeks ago, it was snowing like mad, and it's been super busy. And we've also got some other things going on, so it's just super busy in general. You put the two together, it's just been crazy, and it's been eating up all my time. And so now I'm just like playing catch up at work all the time, working extra hours, all that, and I still got to spend time with the family, catch up on sleep, and yeah, so I've been really busy, so that's why there's a few more days, but I've been working on stuff off camera, and this is one of them. I've been messing around with different designs for the Guardian farm, and I looked and considered all the things from the various farms that cover the whole area, or do the minecart pickup versus hoppers and all of that kind of stuff. And I decided I don't want to worry about certain aspects. The first of which is extreme efficiency. In this particular case, I have no intention of hooking this up for any kind of an XP farm because I get plenty of XP through my villagers with all the mending and everything. I mean, you can see every episode I'm walking around at level 75 right now. And because I use villagers to repair my tools, just that process gives me way more levels than I really ever need for anything. So I'm not worried about having another XP farm on the server at this point in time. I'm also not worried about lag issues, because this build will be far away from anything else we have. I don't have anything else near here, and no one else plays. It's a single player world. I don't have to worry about somebody else running around and getting lag, so I don't have to worry about that. And then as far as its purpose, of course, it's just to get these blocks, the prismarine and stuff like that. In all honesty, it's mostly to get sea lanterns because they go so well with my emerald blocks, which I have like 8 stacks right now of emerald blocks, and that keeps going up. So they go so well together, as we discovered a few episodes ago. Really, it's mostly for that, but I do like some of this prismarine, the various forms of that we can incorporate into some builds. And so the idea is I can just turn this on and AFK somewhere safe with a big enough storage system just while I'm doing chores around the house. If I come home and decide to take a nap or go to the store or whatever, I can just flip this on, come back, and I'll have plenty of drops. I don't need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of drops all the time. I'm not going to use it that much. This block is cool, but I don't like. Yeah, I'm not going to use it as much as maybe some people. I'm not supplying other people on the server, so I'm not worried about any of that. So I decided to kind of go for a more aesthetic farm, and what I've decided is, and I'm still kind of working this out in my head. I was over here kind of counting out just before I started recording. I'm going to go with the cylinder, and I marked out the top just to see what the shape and the size. So I've marked out the cylinder. That's going to be the wall. It's going to come down. The guardians, I'm basically using the design by Nembom, but it's probably going to have some mild modifications to it. His has a smaller collection area, his has XP options and stuff, and I'm not doing any of that. My plan at this point is basically in this crosshair, my guardians will spawn, and the water will come down about to there, and then this wood will be the airspace. Then there'll be some lava here, and then unlike in his actual design, at that point they would get shoved into the middle. I'm going to skip that step entirely, so our guardians are just going to pop out of the lava. They'll hit airspace, and they will technically just need one block to die. I'm giving them one extra block just to ensure their death, because in creative, when I was messing around with height, if they bounced even a little bit, they would live. Of course, I then changed some things, and they're still going to be on fire when they fall, so there won't be any issue whatsoever. But if they die instantly, that's just, it just works better. So they'll fall, these 5 blocks, even though it only technically needs to be 4, they'll die, and then we'll have a collection system that's going to just follow underneath this crosshair, and we'll kind of be setting that up soon. That's the idea. I haven't decided on the exact collection system yet. Originally, I was going to hook up that railed duplicator just because of collecting drops for this farm, and then I decided to go with this model because honestly it's just way easier to build than some of those big ones. Way less resource intensive and way less trouble placing all the fence gates and things like that. This one's actually going to purely be signs, and yeah, it's just we'll show it in the next episode probably. Maybe the one after that, depends what else we got going on. But soon. And we're going to use signs for that because it's not going to be like giant rows of connected stuff. So resource-wise and everything, this is going to go way, way, way better. I'm not going to go to the extreme that he does. How's it random lights make? He goes around and he fills in solid blocks and he does all these things. I'm probably not going to go to that extent because, again, I'm not looking for quite that extreme of an efficiency. I don't care about the XP aspect. I just want it to be AFK, I come back, I have guardian drops. That's it. I don't need a ton. So this should be fine, and we'll work on that in the next episode. But yeah, we'll kind of play around. I think we'll have a cylinder, and then the idea is about where the lava ends. I'm either going to have it surrounded in glass or possibly just open. I might just have it wide open. I think I'm just going to have it wide open. That sounds cooler. So we'll just have raining guardians all over the floor. And then I'm still debating, like I said, between hopper minecarts or just hoppers. Hoppers, of course, create lag, but they won't have a ton, and there's nothing else over here. It'll only be when I'm AFKing, so I don't really care. And it's single player, so again, I don't really care about, like no one else is going to come over and feel the lag. So I may just use hoppers, may hook up minecarts, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And then from there, we're going to install a item sorter, and it will be the first time I've ever built one, so that'll be fun. We'll do that together. But those are the plans for now. Those are the updates. Those are the fun little things and stuff. And yeah, work continues to be really busy, so I'm trying to get out at least one episode a week, but it is, this is just a casual thing for me. So as I have the time, I put out the videos. Sometimes it's a little more often, sometimes it's a little less often. Next week I got another crazy week coming up because it's spring break here and all the people that work for me want days off, so I'm working a little extra. And yeah, but hopefully the week after that I'll be like really chill and relaxed. So we will see. We will see. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for watching. As always, this is Xade. Have a good one. Bye-bye.